on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? Are you sure that worked?
I am pretty sure that worked. Wait, who are you exactly?
Definitely. I'm taking this on location. Is there a chair from here, or you always take the two chairs?
I might have, I think here, there.
Yes, perfect. I'll set all the way over here. So Gina
over
Ricci, thank you. Thank you guys for all being here. Happy 2022. I heard people that are interested in more are present. Gina, who's here?
We have joining us today from Cheshire, Connecticut, 16 state licenses, whole life, annuities, insurance. He has won 19 trips around the world as a leader, and he coaches his son's basketball team. Mr. Joe Lombardi is with us. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Joe to The Real Raw.
Awesome, Joe. Forget about trips around the world, all this stuff. Let's talk basketball. So how old is your son, and what's the coaching situation?
Sports.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a 12-year-old son. He's a 7th, 8th grader. I'm coaching him, the head coach. I have a 9-year-old son. He's the 3rd, 4th grade team. Coaching him. I also coach lacrosse, football, baseball, very heavily in sports. My last name's Lombardi. How could I not be?
I have a picture of your near or distant relative in my office. I'm not in my office right now. But so question, do you go by Joe or Joseph?
It doesn't matter. You call me Joe.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Joe. So Joe, what's your sports background?
So I've coached the Connecticut Bearcats, who won 2 NEFL championships. It's the New England Football League. I was assistant defensive coordinator. I've coached NFL Play 60 for 9 years, the largest one in New England. It's in Wallingford, Connecticut. I've coached Cheshire Youth Baseball, Wallingford Little League, Cheshire Lacrosse, Hampden Regional Basketball. I just love seeing kids grow from where they were to where they are at the end of the season, and it is the most rewarding experiences that I ever done, and so that's why I continue to do it to this day.
This dude's awesome.
This dude is awesome.
So, and Joe, where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in, I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I moved to Clearwater, Florida for 4 years. Then I moved to Trumbull after my parents got a divorce, and living
Trumbull
like
went
an
to
addict.
the Little League. Trumbull went to the Little League World Series. Did it not at one point?
Yes, it did. Yep. And then from there, I was in mostly Connecticut since then.
So what was your relationship with sports growing up?
Oh God, I played. So my mom, wasn't around, so it was me and my dad. So it was really just backyard sports my whole life until I got to high school. Then I joined track, high school football, basketball team. It was a big part of growing up. I grew up very poor. And so it was a lot of playing basketball for hours and hours and hours, home run derby at the middle school, and that, football games in the cemetery in the snow with your friends, and tackle football. It was like the best ever.
Doesn't it sting when you hit your head on a headstone in the snow? Like that's no fun. We've had
you
that
got layers, you're good to go. Just brush it off, keep it going.
Yeah, it was 86, excuse me. John Spazoff and Jeff Feingold had a midnight fight of the cemetery near us. So it was like we like all surrounded the whole thing. Yeah. So we have
you have like weird fight things going on. Cemetery fighting, naked fighting in front yards.
Toga parties, yes. I'm sure Joe has many of these stories too. And enough said though, Joe, amazing. Sports like ground into my nervous system and soul. I have amazing love for where you are. My kids are all in college now, but all the high school things, like coach elite baseball all over the country. I had the privilege of playing Columbia University. I was a 4-year starter and captain there. Love sport. I believe in all the things you're talking about, the teaching lessons of mastery in life through sport. Congratulations. And you, brother, which I'm sure you know, are in the golden age of it. If I could go, I would not go back in time to any point in my life except this. When my children were 12, 10, and 9, son, 2 daughters. Son was in his last year of Little League. Daughters 10 and 9 playing, just beginning to play travel soccer. It was amazing. So love exactly where you are, brother, is amazing. And thank you for being here today, Joe. P.S. Congratulations on being a rock star in the world of business and insurance and financial and all the things. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Man, thank you. G-Money. Oh, wait, what's Joe's fun fact? I think we probably heard it, but is there an additional fun fact or we cover it, Joe?
Oof. Fun fact. I am related to Vince Lombardi. I found a check on eBay years ago, and I went to familyancestry.com, and back then you had to cash the checks with your social. So I found his social on a check on ebay.com, and I put my social in and his social in, and like 7 branches came out and said I was like the 3rd cousin. So I was like, cool.
Wow, that's fun.
Dude, I have like 4th cousins in my house for Thanksgiving. That's not far away. That's crazy. Final fun fact is Vince Lombardi, which I'm sure you know. I don't know if you know this or Gina knows this. He coached high school football at St. Cecilia's in none other than Bergen County, New Jersey. We're in Bergen County, New Jersey right now.
That is a fun fact.
He was the incredible coach at St. Cecilia's. I know a lot of people from Bergen County sports where I played high school sports that knew Coach Lombardi, all kinds of crazy things. So Joe, again, awesome to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. G-Money. We got like Vince Lombardi in the house in all the ways. And who else? Let's tweet that tomorrow. Okay. So,
that is so fun. So we have 4 judges rolling with Joe. So I'm going to start announcing our judges. We might have lost a participant somewhere in the multiverse looking for him right now.
Let's go.
So
let's go. Come on, Gina.
All right, let's go. Michigan board, LA to Florida. This new platinum member is the owner of I Am Powerful Inc. and Quantum Coaching. Anton Wisbisky is with us today. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Anton to the Real Rock.
Business. I think that's like things that I could use, like make you disappear in things.
That's true. Anton, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. And welcome to Platt. How long have you been in Platt?
Since UPW, the live one. So not too long.
What was the prompting of joining Platt? Like, yeah.
I've been thinking about it for about 2 years, and everything I ever did with Tony was virtual. And then when I went live, I was like, yeah, no point in waiting. There's never going to be a perfect time. And I had a beautiful experience during the Dickens, and just felt no separation from my future in the present moment. And what felt right next step was Platt.
Awesome. Welcome. Did you make it to the studio for DWD?
Yes. Beautiful experience.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes.
And what is a fun fact that you would share, Anton?
I don't know if it's super fun, but I grew up, I guess we're talking about sports. I grew up a skateboarder.
It is super fun. That's awesome. And what was your like skateboarding love and rooted in, and what was that like?
I think I was a rebel my whole life, middle child. And there was something rebellious about the skate culture. I think that drew me in. But as I got older, it's a beautiful art. And I noticed that as an entrepreneur, in comparison to skateboarding, you don't have a coach, you don't have someone telling you what to do or get off your ass or try that trick again. You just have to be a self-driver. So I think that mindset carried over into my adult years for sure.
That's awesome, Anton. Welcome to the party. Welcome to Platt. It's an honor and privilege to have you here.
Yes, thank you, brother.
Thank you. G Money. We got Anton. Skateboarding, heart, power, rebel. By the way, rebel. That reminds me of somebody that might be sitting next to me. But G Money. We'll get back to rebels later. Let's go.
Next, from Miami, Florida, this man, his smile and energy that's coming out on the screen is incredible. Dr. Arun Garg is with us today. Nationally recognized dental educator and surgeon. For over 20 years, he served as the full-time professor of surgery in his division, and he's a trainer, a speaker. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming this extraordinary Dr. Arun Garg to the Rover.
Dr. Arun, how are you?
Hey, fantastic. Thank you.
Yes. Did I have the privilege of connecting with you in Miami?
We met
at our event. Yeah. And you had just done an event with Jay Abraham, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Memory.
So you guys is at your event at the Hyatt in Miami, and I came on the Friday night. I was blown away. On Saturday and Sunday, I had some seminars of mine to go attend to and lecture at. But I came Saturday night. I came Sunday night to your event after finishing mine. And then Jay Abraham and I just did something in September together, a weekend program up in DC. And we've got another one scheduled to do in DC at the end of January. Yes.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations. I'm hyper impressed by everything you're up to in the world, Doctor. And what is your fun fact?
Oh, I guess fun fact. I didn't know I was supposed to do a fun fact, but I listened to the last couple, and I guess it has to be unrelated to work. So a fun fact unrelated to work is I played junior tennis at 12 years old, 14 years old, 16 years old, and I was nationally ranked at the time in the top 20 in the country as a junior in tennis. Yeah,
that is super cool. So we have skateboarding, tennis, baseball, football, track, like we have all kinds of things going on here. We do. So, Doc, thank you for being here. We're gonna have some fun. And by the way, I know you're, uber successful. What keeps you going? Like, we always talk about money, time, magic. So I'm presuming you're in the space of like magic, impact. Like, what keeps you going, moving? Like, what are you looking for in the world at this point?
What I was just telling is Stephanie is right before, we start all of this. Is that first exercise you did on that Friday night in Miami when you had folks go to, they want to make more money to one side of the room, and the ones that want to have the same amount of money but have more time in their life on the other side of the room, and the ones that are fine with the money and fine with the amount of time that they're working but want more magic moments. And I identified with that, and that was probably the smallest of the three groups, but it resonated with me, and I thought, wow, that was like such an easy exercise, and I'd never thought like that before. And I'm like, wow, that's what keeps me going. The thing that Jay Abraham and I did, it was a small mastermind group. There's 25 doctors we invited. We got a chateau up here in DC, and really it was, yes, personal growth for everyone, but what it really was cool magical moments. We had private chefs come in. We had Kobe beef flown in fresh from Japan. We had fresh halibut that was caught that morning, flown in from Alaska.
My kind of party.
Yes.
So it was those kind of cool magical moments. And, when they want to set up for dinner we've got some helicopters, and we went on helicopter rides and toured the countryside and the changing fall, autumn leaves while they're setting up for dinner for us. And I realized that was actually the driving force. It wasn't trying to make a profit on that mastermind. And it certainly wasn't to have more time in my life, because that actually takes up time. But it's like creating cool memories that these folks have never done before. I'm sure they've been to Morton Steakhouse before. I'm sure they've been to Smith & Wollensky before, maybe for a special occasion, maybe for birthday or something. But even if they've been to those places, they probably never had this level of beef, or this level of fish, or this level of wine, or this level of fresh truffles, etc. is there. So it's creating magic moments for us. but also memorable moments for is the doctors that are participating, things that they had never experienced in their life before and will remember for a lifetime.
Well, Doc, awesome, beautiful. Have all the respect and appreciation in the world for Jay. He and Tony Robbins are doing an event coming up in a few weeks. Appreciate both of them very dearly. So, Dr. Arun, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
G Money.
Next up, this gentleman has been rolling around in the Real Raw Open area with Mr. Richard Schreiber, and he's joining us from the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, an operations consultant, heart-centered, growth-minded, all about business development. Please, everyone join me in welcoming John Baxford to the Real Raw.
John, any colleague and or friend of Richard is a friend of ours. John, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing really well. And what is your fun fact, sir?
We'll stick on the sports here, but I'll throw a twist to it. So I am a hockey-playing powerlifter who loves Broadway musicals.
Oh,
this is like super fun. We have powerlifting and hockey added to the equation. This is
and Broadway musicals.
And Broadway musicals. Yes. What is your favorite Broadway musical?
Yeah, wouldn't say I have a favorite. There's too many different genres within it, but some of the classics, Rent, Les Mis, are top of the list.
Beautiful. And your favorite powerlifting event?
That'd be deadlifting.
Nice. And your hockey favorite position?
Usually right wing.
Nice. Goal scoring machine, powerlifting, deadlifting, and then like breaking out into like Rent and singing some songs about life nowadays. So yeah, John, awesome. Super appreciate being here. And if you're like going to encapsulate your mission in the world, like what's your mission, John?
From a business standpoint, I'm on a mission right now to help startups and small businesses give time and money back to the founders so they can focus on their core business by launching streamlined and efficient internal operations that reduce administration.
Nice.
Ooh,
that sounds fun. Awesome job, John. Well, welcome.
Administration things. That's your funnest topic you love to talk about most in life.
Yes, it is. It is overwhelmingly joyful for me. I have the privilege of having, I guess, well, depending on how you count it, 5+ companies, 200+ employees. And yeah, like the administration is one of my great joys.
That's your favorite thing. You would much rather forego all your coaching calls and just do administrative tasks all day, right?
Yes, absolutely. So John, thank you for existing in the world. Awesome. So G Money, who do we have?
Next, from Dallas, Texas, this woman has led teams for global icons, IBM and Lockheed Martin. She launched her own coaching business 17 years ago and assists seasoned women entrepreneurs to leverage their business. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Pat Alva Craker to the Real Raw.
Thank you.
Pat, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing great. That's like the Texas energy that you guys have going.
Yes.
I feel it.
Yes.
Right?
I'm a fellow
Texas energy.
Amazing. So Pat, what is your fun fact?
So my fun fact is in a previous life, I had a 200-acre ranch and I raised 400 exotic animals.
Ooh. What were some of your exotic animals that you raised?
We raised wild boar. We raised seven colors of peacocks. We had emus and rheas. We had birds from Australia and South America. We had paint donkeys. We had all kinds of show pigeons. Ibex.
No.
I feel like you should have a show pigeon. Like, don't you think, Pat, that Stephanie should have a show pigeon?
I think so. Well, I feel like I'm kind of like an exotic animal, zookeeper already, like hanging out with you.
Yes.
So why not have one of these animals?
That is very true. So beautiful, Pat. And your mission in the world?
My mission is to utilize all my talents, my gifts, and my experience to move women forward and have them step into their power and really make a difference in the world. That's my passion is about that. I'm sorry?
I hear it. I stand for it. I am the proud father of 3 daughters just please don't give this woman any more power, because we could not, the world is not ready for it and my world is not ready for it. So
Okay.
amazing. So I think we're up to this person to my left. Are we not, G-Money?
Yes, we are.
Yay!
This amazing woman. We have fun. We laugh. We joke. Heart-centered, brilliant, amazing, incredible story, life story. She came as an 8-year-old, started selling crafts on her front lawn, went through some challenging dynamics in her growing up years to become a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. And just like super candidly, that company ends up getting shut down. So she's like crushing it, making magic happen, trusting people, building business, like nothing to do with her, like giant company, but she's like a rock star, and that gets shut down. Then she moves on to become the not number 5, 4, 3, or 2, but the number 1, numero uno business broker in the state of Nevada, youngest person ever, first woman ever, hat and all, in a male-dominated industry. And she goes and rocks it at 24 years old.
Wow.
She's now the co-host of The Real Raw. She makes magic happen, speaking on stages across the country. She's even shared stages with professional athletes like Roger Clemens, Rex Reed at the AFB Gala. She's spoken at an event with Lee Steinberg, the actual Jerry Maguire, and so much more. Heart-centered, fun, powerful, maybe a little crazy. The one, the only co-host of The Real Raw, Bella Verita. She's even so fun. She has 2 names. So, Bella, how are you?
I am freaking fantastic, Sean.
And your fun fact.
Well, I think running an exotic zoo, I think that's pretty fun. I could go with the fact, since we're like, talking about sports, the fact that I, learned to ski. I'm a great snowboarder, but I learned to ski from a blind man. That's kind of fun. But I think what the most fun is I'm pretty sure on Necker Island, I have an award for like Wrestling Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure it says Bella Verita. I don't think it says Sean Callaghy for Wrestling Hall of Fame. I'm pretty sure there's like a plaque that says Bella Verita for being the number 1 wrestler at Necker Island, because I out-wrestled you on Necker Island.
Yes.
So I think that's kind of fun fact.
Hat and all, this is a factually true statement. I did wrestle with, for the winningest high school wrestling coach in the state of New Jersey, Coach Stan Woods. 54 years later, Coach Woods is still coaching Emerson. But yes, I actually, in a sumo wrestling match on a raft on Necker Island, Richard Branson's island, yes, the one and only Bella Verita did cause me to go into the water first. That is a true statement.
Do you notice how he always says, like, caused me to go in the water? He didn't actually say the fact that I beat him.
I said I lost.
Did you catch that, Pat?
I caught that. Use of language.
Yes. So we can always say it integrity, but yes. Yes. Pat caught that.
Amazing. So, Pat, I have a question for you. Since you are standing for acceleration of human beings, certainly supporting women in their acceleration, would you have any interest, since we lost a participant in the multiverse, would you have any interest in stepping into the participant seat today? There's no pressure. Feel no need to say yes. Is that of interest to you or no?
What do I do? What does it require?
Well, it would require something that I think is actually quite basic, which is how we go from hello to yes about anything that we're doing in the world. How does that feel for you?
Sure, let's do it. I'm open,
Right, so
curious.
Yeah, amazing. So Pat goes second.
Yeah.
So that means
Joe is getting to go first.
Joe's going to go first. All right. So we're going to thank Gina Ricci. Gina, we love you. Extraordinary job as you do every day launching us here in the Real Raw. And of course, Gina has an extraordinary and amazing story herself. Heart-centered, making magic happen in the world, author, and all the things. We love you, Gina. You're extraordinary. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Love you guys. Have fun exploring Integrous influence. Ciao for now. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Bella.
Amazing. Okay, so Joe, here's the story. Brother, to have all these trips, all these wins, all this magic you create, not only in coaching with kids, but also obviously in the financial services space and all the things that you do in insurance, which is an incredible financial instrument, by the way, that I am fully present to the general genre, and it has had a major impact in my life because no kidding, 2.5 months ago, I walked into a hospital with a 33% chance of dying from an aortic dissection. Thank God, miraculously, I did not need surgery and it fully healed on its own. Crazy story for a different day, but I am clearly present to the magic. I'm also clearly present to the fact that with most of us, what we do, people have false context, misportrayal. It's like, oh, you're a coach. Oh God. Oh, you're in insurance. Oh God. Oh, you're a lawyer. Oh God. Right. We immediately like default to our framework of what it is. So we play with here in the raw isn't pitching, hooking, closing. It's integrous influence. How do we open the listening of people, connect at a heart level, and make magic happen? That's what this show is all about. So for Joe and Pat, what they're going to do today, and thank you for being courageous, like 3,000 other folks that have done this show before, because we're into the 500 plus show range, we're pushing 600 shows now, is going from hello to yes about whatever would matter to you. It's not about speed. It doesn't have to be a sale. It could be just a longer meeting created in those 3 minutes. But how do we open the listening and get the next relevant yes from Stephanie, who will be anybody you want her to be? She could be an ideal client, a strategic partner, somebody to invest in a company, contribute to charity, whatever that would be. Steph will jump into that role. So Joe, who would you like Stephanie to, I'm sorry, Bella, I keep saying Stephanie. She is Stephanie and Bella, right? Both of those things. So let's just say that real quick. So Stephanie, could we just for fun energy go with that real quick for 10 seconds since I said it twice? Or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So born Stephanie, changed her name to Bella, decided that she was going to go back to Stephanie, is like, no, I want to like maintain both. Right. So
that's pretty much true.
So my conditioning is like, I'm saying Stephanie because I'm, but I will go Bella. So go Bella.
Yeah.
So
it's like I'm a star now. I've been doing it real rough for a long time. Like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry,
like Cher, like
they all
Madonna.
have star names. Why can't I have a
like,
star
that's
name?
the whole thing. But it was her actual legal name, Bella, and then went. Did you go back or no?
No, the whole thing was like just going back to Stephanie.
Right?
It's just very complicated.
So Joe, who would you like Bella to be?
She could just be a prospect. I work with over 1,000 blue collar business owners, roofers, masons, landscapers, excavators, electricians, plumbers, roofers. That's my main target. And that's my wife's name too, Stephanie. So I'm used to that name.
Yeah. Amazing. So how about this? Bella, you're a plumber.
I knew that was coming.
I love this.
I knew that was coming.
So Joe, Bella is a
My
blue
best friend
collar
owns a
plumber.
plumber.
She's got her tool belt on and ready to go. But the toilet's clogged. Like, let's go. But Joe's on the phone. Take us in.
All right. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, this is Joseph Lombardi. How are you?
I am wonderful, Joseph Lombardi. That name sounds very familiar.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. They named a trophy after our family, so it's not too bad.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. What can I do for you, Joe?
Well, the purpose of my call is my father owned JB Lombardi Builders out of Fairfield, Connecticut. And it took him 25 years building it. He ended up falling 3 stories off a ladder, lost his business. He had no disability insurance, and it greatly affected, our family on a financial level as well as emotional level. I was 15 years old. I had a sister that was born 2 pounds, 7 ounces, fetal alcohol syndrome. My ex-stepmom drank vanilla extract and Listerine during pregnancy. So she lost, almost killed her. So I basically had to drop out of football, track, and basketball and take care of her. So from my dad being, very poor to building a very successful business to being back to poor, I just want to make sure that doesn't happen to you or your family. Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry to hear about your family. So, why call me? What is it that I can do for you?
Well, I work with over 1,000 contractors, and I have a strategy that can make you money, save you millions of dollars in taxes while getting the foundation you need. Because what I found is that most people in your shoes have really good incomes, but they don't really have any foundation, which usually consists of life insurance, disability, long-term care, pensions, or any type of guaranteed, long-term money. So what I do is I specialize in a financial foundation that can protect your business and your family. And I want to see if you would be opening to talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anything, to happen to my family. I'm super busy right now, so I'm not sure if this is something that I can, fit in my schedule right now because I got a lot going on.
Right. So, I work with busy people. I'm a busy person. I'm looking for maybe a 20-minute Zoom meeting with you in the next couple of weeks. And I could show you how to save money on taxes, and build a foundation for your family.
Okay. I guess I got 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. What's your email? And I'll send you a Zoom link.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe.
Excellent job, Joe. By the way, there's like a leak. Can you help us out with the leak, please?
Yeah.
and get this done and stop lollygagging around with this.
Are you coming back?
I'm coming back. So
I thought this was my show now.
It is your show, Pat. Joe did a great job. Joe, awesome. Pat, who would you like Bella to be?
I'd like her to be a female entrepreneur.
Ooh,
which is what she is.
That may be a very difficult role for her to play, but she'll do her best.
I need more room though. I need more space.
Entrepreneur, woman, female entrepreneur. Bella, take us in.
Yes. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella, Pat Alva-Craker here. You got a minute?
I have about 3.
Awesome. That is all I need. You know what? I met Shad in a networking event, and we were chatting about what our passions are. And he said, you know what? You need to meet Bella. And I go, really? He goes, here's her information. You all are very like-minded. You're amazing women. I think you all can do something great together. And I said, I'm in. So here I am.
Here you are. What is it that you do, Pat? Why do you think he asked you to give me a call?
Because you have a passion for living to the limit. You're a bold woman. You like to make things happen, and you like to make a difference. And you know what? So do I.
Yeah. Well, and what is it that you do, Pat?
So one of the things that I do is I help women step into the business in a very bold way using a tool called Human Design for Business. And what Human Design for Business does, Bella, is that it helps women discover what makes them tick.
So now, how does Human Design for Business and Human Design different? Because I haven't had my Human Design done yet. I know I am a generator, and I know I'm here for love. I'm like have the number 4 in there, like somewhere in my like purpose or whatever is like love. That those couple things I remember. So how does that like differ for business?
Okay, Bella, guess what? I'm a generator too.
Nice.
Yay! So let me tell you why it's different. Because as a Human Design for Business helps you see how your strengths and your weaknesses can all be profit centers. It's not about strengthening your weaknesses. It's how do you bring those weaknesses to the world and profit from them, and at the same time impact other people. And it's about learning how you make decisions so that every decision that you make is one that resonates with you. Are you interested in a 30-minute session on learning about you?
Yeah, I would be interested in that for sure.
Okay, well, let's take out your phone and I'll take out my phone and let's find a time and a place right now.
Awesome.
You love learning about you.
I do. I'm my favorite subject.
Yes, you love learning and you love you and you love learning about you.
Yes.
It's like squares.
Yes.
So Pat, seriously, your heart is present. Joe, awesome. Clearly, wonderfully masterful folks in the space of going from melodious and influence. And we'll talk about mastery and illustrate something in a little bit. But let's start with our amazing judges.
Yes.
Who do you think?
Let's start with John. How about John, your feedback for Joe? And so this is like, on a scale from 1 to 10, it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback, like something that he did well or Pat did well, something that they could improve on. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being you would go jump in, the freezing Lake Michigan on New Year's Day before you'd have a longer conversation. 5 being like if they bought you a cup of coffee, maybe you'd meet them at Starbucks. And 10 being like you would pay them to go to Capitol Grill to have the longest meal ever because you couldn't wait to spend more time with them. So John, your feedback for Joe.
Sure. So I'd give it an 8. I would say that the part that you did really, really well was telling a personal story and showing, you have a service that can help people avoid mistakes that you saw in your personal life. I think that was very engaging. I think it was very personal and showed that you cared about others. I would say on the flip side of that, where it kind of missed the mark a little bit, is it kind of jumped into that a little too quick without kind of assessing what the needs were of that end client.
Beautiful. This score was 8.
8, perfect. And how about for Pat?
Pat, I feel like you've been through this before. So I thought you were extremely engaging and I'm going to use the word like peppering her up and just showcasing her and building some excitement and wanting to talk to her and that sort of thing. And just really connected on a personal level. So I would give that a 9.
Nice.
All right, let's go with Anton. Your feedback for Pat.
For Pat first?
Yep, we're gonna reverse it because we like
Cool.
to make
Yeah.
everybody's on their turn.
Cool. I like that. It's really clever. Pat, I think it was amazing. I'd give you I'd probably give you an 8. I'd give you an 8. It was really solid. You connected with her. You found something she already liked, and you found a greater need to fill something she's already passionate about, just on a different in a different area of her life. And I think you would easily sell her and close her and really serve her. And your passion speaks through like when you speak. And I think that is highly contagious. And Bella, right? We're going with Bella. She is a very energetic person. And I feel like you matched her very, very well. And I feel like if she wasn't, you would have actually matched that person well too, because you have that awareness. So it's beautiful. Great job.
And your score for Pat is?
8.
8. All right. And then your feedback for Joe.
So Joe, great job, man. I'd give him a 5. The reason I'd give that to you is because I felt like you missed the emotional component to the client. Your story, like when you said your story, I was like, holy shit, like that hit me deep. Because as soon as you tell a story like that, you say, holy fuck, I hope that doesn't happen to me. But you need to find maybe a stronger pain point in the client to see how you can serve and be a service to that. I think if you refine that just a little bit, you could have, it would have been a little bit stronger and led to a more powerful close.
Great feedback. He'd at least let you buy him a cup of coffee. So that is awesome. Thank you, Anton. A great feedback. And then
yeah, I agree. Joe's story was like, holy bleep. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
That's
Unbelievable. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So let's go with Dr. Arun. Your feedback for Pat.
Okay. Wow. This is like so interesting that everyone's comments are so all over the place. And I guess we all look at it from
And by the way, Dr. Arun, if I could jump in and interrupt, that's part of the point of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the privilege of being one of only 2 attorneys in America out of 1.2 million. Like, that's a 0.001%. To have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. In both cases, we had $0 offers, and the only one that was blind. $0 offers, and then got 8-figure verdicts in both punitive and compensatory damages. From having worked with some of the most prominent jury verdict consulting firms in America, it is extraordinary how different the listening of people are and the complexities of human communication. So this is part of the beautiful nature of this. And Dr. you hit it right on the head, that we are seeing different dynamics, that people could completely have heard different things and disagree, which is why when we move from individual to larger and larger scale group influence, the complexities multiply so dramatically. So thank you for that beautiful recognition, and back to you, Doc.
Yeah, wow, I'm just blown away. Okay, so if I'm starting with Pat, is for me, I found it great enthusiasm. Is I couldn't figure out what it is that she does or what it is that she offers, and to me, it was nebulous enough that I felt like when it's that nebulous, that is there something to hide, or that there isn't something real, tangible that's being presented. So I was like, I don't know, I was like 5 on that.
Yes, yeah.
But I love the energy. Yes, I just didn't know what was being offered or what, is beautiful. Anything like that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that feedback. And then how about your feedback for Joe?
And Joe, I was ready to buy him a steak dinner, and I was sitting there thinking in my head, all these doctors that I train, they need his services, and they need it like now. An emotional story about his own family, is boom, that pulled me right in. And then after that, when he talks about these things, that, and he didn't say the word insurance really, I don't think, but I mean, I figured it out. It was pretty obvious that's what it was. But I'm thinking every single one of these doctors that I train on a regular basis is every weekend, they need the insurance benefits. They need to protect themselves. Is insurance for the house, insurance for the car, insurance for their life, like what happens to dad, insurance for malpractice, is insurance for the business entity, insurance for a trip and fall in their, in a dental office. You got people, you got water being sprayed, you got saliva on the floor, you got blood on the floor, someone trips and falls on that. There's so many different insurances you got to have. Insurances is if someone in the office is embezzles is from you. Do you pay that out of your pocket, or is there some kind of embezzlement insurance? I mean, Joe, I need to buy you the steak dinner to find out, is there embezzlement insurance? There's some embezzlement of $1,000 for my friend death. Am I in the
There's
hook?
only one rule. If you're going to invite him to a steak dinner, you got to invite Sean and I, since we made the
absolutely.
introduction. I would get a steak out of this too.
And, you should. I mean, because there's got to be things like that. It's got to be insurance. If the guy slips onto a bloody floor, or if they embezzle from me, or if the accused is me or some other employee. One employee accused another employee of like #MeToo. Is there insurance to cover? Is those kinds of things. I have a lot of associate doctors that work for me. I have 25 different doctors that work for me as employees. And if one of the dental assistants accuses one of the doctors that's an employee of mine of something, and now if I get included in that, is insurance to cover me because something that did or didn't happen between them. So I'm like, wow, not just me. Every single doctor I train needs to hear about this. Okay, you got a huge niche market is right there. And there's 150,000 dentists in America.
Wow.
So it's
I love this guy.
It's pretty big.
Yes, I'm present to this.
I love, awesome. Doc, fantastic job. Love the insight. And yeah, Joe, when we acknowledge the work that you do, when I was in that hospital, laying in that bed, talking to my 22-year-old, 20-year-old, and 18-year-old children, I walked in, I surfed 81 days this year. My blood pressure was like 110/68. I was super preferred life insurance. My resting pulse rate 62. I have an aortic dissection. I'm laying in a hospital. I'm a super preferred blind guy. You know what that means? That's not easy to achieve. Fair, Joe?
Yeah. 1,000,000%. Yep.
Yeah. And so, laying there though, knowing I had the structure in place that I do, like while I was crying, my kids are crying. It was an unbelievable sense of relief. And I cannot even imagine had I not taken the steps for all the people that you help, where I would have been and what I would have been thinking and feeling that moment, compounding on all the other fear I was facing. So Dr. Arun, beautiful analysis. Joe, great. So I guess it's like nap time.
I was actually thinking, I'm going to go take a nap. I can't wait.
Yes.
Yes. No, that's not what I get to go do. I don't think that's what I get to go do.
So what are we doing?
Yeah. So I think this is the time in the show where we get to put you on the hot seat. Yes. So, just like, all of these, Pat and Joe went from hello to yes. Like Pat didn't even know what she was doing. She didn't even know she was going from hello to yes when she got here. So I think it's like, let's do a little role reversal and let somebody here put you on the hot seat, set up any scenario that you don't know what it is that you have to go from hello to yes in.
That's true and wonderful. So why don't I step aside and why don't you guys decide? And let's do that. I'll give you 60 seconds with this amazing group to decide what you're going to put me on the hot seat to do.
Okay.
Sound good?
So we have done all kinds of scenarios where it is like he's been, President Trump that had to convince President Biden on why he should still build the wall. President Biden convincing President Trump on why everybody should get the vaccine. He's been an insurance broker. He role played Muhammad Ali that was going for the Supreme Court to get a yes. So all kinds of scenarios. Does anyone have a scenario that just like pops for you? I got it. I want to see Sean do this. 3, 2, 1. Nobody's got anything that is popping. So we can go with Joe's scenario that, he's an insurance person. We can go with Pat. He's not going to know that much about, design, or, Arun, what is a yes that you're seeking in the world? What's a big yes that you're seeking, Dr. Arun?
No, the yeses I seek is because I'm like, a lot of what I do is business to business because I'm doing training for doctors. So it's not to consumers.
So what's the next business like coming in? Like, what would be a big yes for you? Like, are you wanting to go into like a big doctor's office? Like, what would be a massive yes? Speaking on a big stage, like, what would be a massive yes that you would be seeking?
If we want to go that route, what I started out, of course, is being an oral surgeon and dental offices and such. And there I was getting yeses from patients for treatment plans. And then I moved into doing a lot of training to the doctors, and it was technical training, how to do a sinus lift, how to do a bone graft, how to do technical procedures. And more recently, just in the last 6 months or so, I teamed up with Jay Abraham, as we heard in the beginning, to do not technical training, but more growth and life training.
Yeah.
And that's
so Dr. Arun, part of my interruption, just for time purposes, is there a big yes you're seeking? Like, is it beginning on a big stage? Is there a big yes? Like,
Well, I guess the yes would be how to get doctors to sign up for a program with Jay Abraham and I.
Okay, so how to get, okay,
If that's appropriate or not.
Okay, got it. All right. Very good. All right.
What is the scenario for me?
So the scenario for you is with Dr. Arun is getting someone to sign up, the doctors to sign up for a program that he's doing with Jay Abraham.
Extraordinary.
Yes.
I think I'm way out of my depth in this one.
Yeah, I think this one you might handle, since when you were speaking on stage, Jay Abraham kept looking to you to like if he was doing okay. Like that actually did you know this, Dr. Arun? Like this actually happened. What event was this?
Yeah, it's the only time Tony Robbins has ever been irritated in and around me and my presence. Jay, all kidding aside, it was in Amsterdam at Business Mastery 2. Jay and I had lunch and a variety of things that we're doing.
Right.
And he was up there. He's like, in the first 5 minutes, like Sean's here and Sean's going to tell me if we need to like pull the plug and take me off stage. And it was like funny. Everybody laughed. Like an hour later, he's like, Sean, how am I doing? Right. And I'm like, you're doing great, Jay. Right. Like this is the whole Business Mastery 2 Platinum Partners, 400 plats in the room. The third time he does it, he's like, Sean, do I need to get pulled yet? The voice of God booming from the background. Tony Robbins goes, Jay, you're doing great, Jay. Keep going. And I was like turning purple, like sitting there. So it was very good.
Yeah, that was actually.
All right. So Doc, you're a potential client to sign up for your program and Jay's program for optimizing, maximizing your dental practice and having an extraordinary experience. Is that what this is?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. All right. So thank you. Okay. So how about your Dr. Smith? How's that sound?
Perfect.
And I'm you. And I'm you, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, hey, Dr. Smith, Dr. Arun here. I know we have a scheduled call. Do you still have 3 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I got 3
So
minutes.
can I ask you a quick question, Doc? I always say this, there's a reason that somebody takes this call. And can I ask, like, what's present for you and why did you take this call? I think you do know that we have a program coming up. There's a conversation around it. I know we live in a crazy busy world. You're super successful in your practice already. What prompted you, though, Dr. Smith, to take this call?
Well, I guess because I know you and I always get value whenever I talk to you. So I just wanted to hear what you got to say this time.
Yeah, well, wonderful. And can I ask you this? You're successful. I always say that there's this like bifurcation with people, that some folks want to make more money. And by the way, some people are billionaires and they don't have enough money until they can sell their 200-foot yacht in Monaco and have a 400-foot yacht in Monaco. I hold no judgment. Like, so some people, whether it's a person who makes 50,000 who wants to make 60, or a person that wants to buy a 400-foot yacht instead of a 200-foot yacht, they're still primarily motivated by generating more revenue, more money, right? Nothing wrong with it. Some people are generated by creating scale in their business, creating time freedom, right? And just want to make the same amount of money. Some people have the money and time they want. They just want to make magic and impact. So I'm curious, Dr. Smith, and this final minute and a half or so we have, what is it for you? Like, what's driving you to think about, hey, I get value. What type of value? And what's that mission and purpose? Money, time, and or magic. But I always say one drives over the other two. And what is that for you?
I guess I want to make I guess I want to make more money in the practice.
Awesome. And why? Like, what's the mission, the purpose? Like, what would you see that creating for you?
Well, I'd have a bigger practice, get more patients, and I guess to help more people out.
Yeah, beautiful. And in helping more people out, I hear that. Bigger practice doesn't necessarily mean more fun, or I could, but what's the money part for you? Like, what are you looking to create? I don't know, for your family, yourself, contribution? What would you do with that more money?
Yeah, I think to have more money to be able to retire sooner and to be able to set the kids up for the college funds better.
Cool. Awesome. And just like, I'm hearing like the things in your head, but in your heart, like what really drives your energy? I heard children, beautiful, but what makes you happiest? Like what's most fun and magical for you?
Well, yeah, I vacations with the kids. They come home during the holidays, and those are awesome times. So those are fantastic. There's moments where we do a lot of really neat things.
What's your favorite place you've ever been to with your kids?
We got an Airbnb out in Palm Springs last year for a week, and that was incredible. It's beautiful to be out there.
All right. I'm hearing that resonance. I'm hearing money, legacy, impacting your kids, supporting patients. Am I hearing you correctly, Doc?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So in the final minute or so we have, could I just share a little bit about this opportunity and how it may or may not resonate for you?
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah. So with complete humility, I have built and grown an unbelievably successful dental practice, series of dental practices, and impacted through training and development many, many other dental practices in the hundreds at this point, right? But the other part of this is my partner in delivering this program coming up is none other than Jay Abraham. Tony Robbins, like him or not, guys worth $600 million, coach 4 presidents, calls Jay Abraham one of his mentors. Jay Abraham was listed in Forbes magazine as the guru of marketing of all time and one of the top 5 executive coaches in the world. He's the genius of geniuses in the space of creating leverage, duplicating, and marketing. I've implemented a ton of his systems to create what I've created. So I have the dental specific part, and Jay just has the most extraordinary worldly knowledge in creating leverage and exponentiality. So money is relevant, but eventually money gets a little tiring if you can't create duplication. So what we're going to talk about is money, is time and duplication, and we're having an amazingly fun and magical time. We create experiences that most of us could afford, but don't ever take the time to do with an incredible group of people you create proximity to that want to grow and create wildly unbelievable things in the world. It'll be fun, it'll be funny, it'll be thought-provoking, and bottom line practical. Yes, Dr. Smith, it's going to create more money for your practice. So how does that resonate or not? I know we're at time, but yeah, like what's present for you when I share all this?
It sounds incredible. It really does.
All right. So
I'd love to get more details.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I'd love to get the dates. Yes.
Yeah. So out of roll, Dr. Arun, how did that feel for you?
Yes.
How did I do?
That really did feel is phenomenal. And obviously I was playing Dr. Smith because, I was making up a story about the Airbnb and et cetera. But
yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Awesome. Well, thank you for
and
that.
It was really amazing because you did it by being
Doc.
put on the spot. You had to do it on the fly, and you really hit the nail on the head.
Well, thank you, sir. Pat, how did that feel for you?
I loved it. I love the whole process. I love the connection, the listening, looking for the pain, what specifically they wanted, and just really playing back what you heard to make sure that you understood it correctly. And then at the very and really asking for permission, asking why are you willing to spend 3 minutes with me? It was just really asking for the why and understanding what is it that got them curious to even connect with you, even if it was for 3 minutes. And then I like the way that you presented the program. You said it may resonate with you. It may not, but this is what I'm doing. And then you shared it. And then you said, how does that resonate with you? And what's present for you? Just asking them to just kind of step into what you just offered and have them sit with it to see if the next step is a yes or a no. I love it.
Well, thank you, Pat. We teach integrous scarcity at all times, that every conversation we're having with another human being, they are dear. Anytime people come up to us and want to offer, propose something to us, we go into our scarcity, our survival brain. So if we're not present to the fact that everybody is at a default no and feeling like prey to a predator, we have to be present in creating integrous safety. So we say that. Anton, final, how did that resonate or not for you? Steph, do we have Anton?
Nope, Anton is not here. And yeah, he said he had to stop.
John. Okay, John and John did as well. Yeah. Okay. So final then, Joe, how did that feel for you?
It's what I've been being told from a lot of people I speak to is speak slower, calm. It was very soothing. It was easy to digest. It was easy to follow, and it didn't make sense to say no. The way that you present yourself is very wanting to help. You're not aggressive. You don't seem salesy, and you seem deep down compassion-wise that you do want to do the right thing for the person. In this example, Dr. Smith. So it was impressive and great job.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you, Joe. Great job today. How was your time with us on the Real Raw, Joe?
It was fun. I didn't know why I was here. I was just happy to be here. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
Thank you. We enjoyed having you here. You did a great job. Dr. Arun, how was your time with us on the Real Raw today? And thank you for being
fantastic. Really I enjoyed getting the feedback. I enjoyed meeting everyone else. I just took down Joe Lombardi's phone number. I'll be contacting him. Is getting business for him, helping out the doctors, helping out Joe Lombardi's business. Is putting people together. I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. Pat, how was your time with us on the Real Raw?
I don't think she had a good time at all. I don't think she really wants to talk to you anymore. I'm surprised she hasn't gone to take a nap.
That's perfect.
Well, I'm such a curious soul, so I had to say yes to the opportunity, and I just learned so much. I learned so much. I'm just in this 1 hour, just connecting with everyone, and definitely offering myself as an opportunity to connect with all of you and who I can connect with your ideal clients. But just listening to you, I just walked away. I'm a smarter person, and I learned now a better, more delicious way to connect with people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better off having been here.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And Steph, final.
Final is I think Jay Abraham would be proud. And
Jay Abraham has been on the Real Raw.
Yes, he's in the intro video.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he's in the intro video. So yes, he would be proud.
He's actually been here twice.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, yes.
And speaking of that, like that voice from behind the curtains, that voice, that man. Also, Tony Robbins said, with his hand on his heart, that there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan. And so it is an honor and a privilege to be here every day, to watch you do the magic moment every day, and to show people how they can go from hello to yes to have more time, money, and magic in their life. And so, Jesse just dropped for you in the chat over there. Is a guide. Definitely download that guide because that is the formula from going from hello to yes, and that is the opportunity to talk to one of our teammates and find out like just how to actually implement that formula in your business so you can have more steak dinners too.
Yeah.
Sean,
so listen, bottom line is my heart, my mission in the world is to support people in integrous influence and rising their money, time, and magic. The work that we do is not just in the context of how to go from hello to yes, but it's also how do you apply it so you create scalability, and how do you deal with the emotional dynamics that most of us face. So thank you for being here today. If this is the beginning and the end, thank you for the time. Thank you for the attention and focus. Hopefully it's the absolute beginning of the journey. The next step would be to have a conversation with somebody on the team where you can identify gaps in leakage. We all have gaps in leakage. I am coached. I pay $250,000 a year for the training and development work. We're not just a coaching entity. We close leakage and train on the superpower of influence, where to apply it, how to get yourself to use it. This is not a sales pitch. We offer massive value continuously as a way to build a relationship. So thank you. Appreciate you guys enormously. Dr. Arun, I mean, just so impressive what you're up to. Joe, I am present to what you've accomplished and the listing of things that occurred. Pat, energy infectious. Love what you're standing for in the world. Stephanie, great job. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Be well. Happy 2022. Hope to see you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.